Welcome everyone. I am Simranjeet Maan, and UPSC every year is asking 1 to 4 questions solely on the species which were in news. But the issue is the pattern has changed. यूपीएससी अब जिस स्पीसीज के बारे में क्वेश्चन पूछती है वो स्पीसीज कॉमन है, लाइक चीता, एलिफेंट, लेपर्ड, लायन, बट द डिटेल्स आर लिटिल बिट कॉम्प्लेक्स, लाइक व्हाट इज द मेटिंग सीजन ऑफ लायन, what kind of sounds cheetahs make, how leopards mark their territory, what is the gestation period of elephants. Okay, so in this video we are going to cover 7 of those species which were in news, and we will understand behavioral characteristic of each, so that when a question comes on that species, you are able to easily solve that question. Okay, these type of questions are one of the most difficult ones, so please concentrate. It is interesting also, and it will give you around 2 to 6 marks easily on 25th May. First, we will start with Great Indian Bustard, which was in news because artificial insemination was used to produce a Great Indian Bustard chick. It is a critically endangered species listed in Schedule 1. Originally बहुत सारी states में मिलती थी, लेकिन अब बहुत कम, मतलब आई थिंक 100 से भी कम इसके अब मेंबर्स बचे हुए हैं, 100 या 200 के बीच में उतने ही अब मेंबर्स बचे हुए हैं. और ये issue is this is found in dry grassland semi-arid regions that have been mostly encroached for solar thermal power projects, transmission lines and all that, and power line collisions is one of the reasons of their habitat destruction. And ये important है बहुत ज़्यादा, power line undergrounding. Supreme Court का एक directive था specially for GIB to protect them, कि underground the power lines, so because they are dying because of collision with them. Okay, now these are the behavioral characteristics you must know of ground nesting species. They lay eggs directly on ground. They have an omnivorous diet, means vegetarian plus non-vegetarian both. Lives in solitary and small groups. Polygynous breeding system, means one male mates with multiple females, and male performs elaborate courtship displays. Now this seems now easy, but when it comes in this UPSC exam, then it becomes difficult, because if you are not aware of it, it will be very very difficult to for you to mark it, because negative marking bhi hoti hai. Okay, next one is olive ridley species, again listed in Schedule 1, but always remember this, it is just a vulnerable species, not even endangered species. It was in news in Down to Earth because they were now back at Rishikolia, mouth of the Rishikolia river, after a year gap. This is a very very important species. Why? Now you need to understand these terms are very important. UPSC के अंदर है aribada, means they nest simultaneously, means they come in thousands of numbers and lay eggs simultaneously. Philopatry means they वो अपने वापस उसी बीच पे वापस आते हैं. ओके, मतलब जहां पे वो खुद पैदा हुए थे, where they hatched, they return to the same beach. Okay, carnivorous diet, they are carnivores, and egg incubation temperature determines sex. This is very very interesting. If the temperature of egg during incubation was warmer, it will be a female. If it is a cooler, it will be a male. And this is also important. Turtle excluder devices. What is this? In fishing nets there is a device which means if we are catching the fish, but accidentally a turtle is caught, then that device will help the turtle escape, and the fishes will only remain in that net. Gahirmatha Marine Sanctuary, Odisha, very very important for olive ridley turtles. Next is Indian pangolin. UPSC has asked question on this multiple times, just like the Indian flying folk question which was asked earlier. Also UPSC can again ask question on pangolin. Okay, because it was in news. It was rescued near LOC in Rajouri. This is an endangered species listed in the Schedule 1. Okay, now the important this about this species is that its defensive behavior, which UPSC is already has, it rolls into a tight bowl when threatened. You see this Indian pangolin rolls into a tight bowl. And this is also important. It is an obligate myrmecophage, meaning the diet consists mainly of ants and termites, but it also eats beetles, cockroaches, and other arthropods, means insects. Okay, it is active in night. UPSC asked about this behavior, nocturnal, diurnal, and all that. Okay, strong forelimbs and claws used for digging into ants. You can see this, how strong they look. And keratinized scales, means these scales are like our nails. They are very very hard, and they act as armor against predators. Okay, so this is done. Next one is great one horned rhino. This is very important. This can be asked because UPSC has covered elephant, cheetah, lion, and our this cheetah, lion, and our leopard. Okay, again listed in Schedule 1. IUCN status is vulnerable. Distribution is in Assam, West Bengal, and Uttar Pradesh, Terai regions basically. Okay, now behavioral characteristic of this species is solitary but tolerant. This can be asked directly. You need to know that normally rhinoceros are not violent. Okay, they are violent only during mating, and when you are a threat to the calf and the mother is around. Okay, herbivorous diet, we all know this is very important. They are excellent swimmers. Okay, territorial marking, they mark using dung piles and urine sparing. Very important. They have poor eyesight but strong sense of smell and hearing. Okay, Manas National Park, Kaziranga, all important species for great one horned rhino. Next is Nilgiri tahr, again a very important species, endangered, listed in Schedule 1. Okay, and the distribution is Tamil Nadu, Kerala. And this behavioral characteristics, again very important behavioral characteristics. They are excellent climbers. Okay, means they the regions that they inhabit have very steep rocky terrain, so they have to be excellent climbers to survive. And they form small groups which are led by dominant males. Their mating season is from in July and August, and they are having herbivorous diet. Nilgiri tahr conservation project, Eraviculum National Park protection. This is very important area of Nilgiri tahr. Okay, next is Dugong. Again, this can be repeated. It was in news in Hindu. This can be repeated in terms of its behavioral characteristic. Let us go directly first to the behavioral characteristics. This is a dugong, and note this down. This is a mammal. Okay, this is a marine mammal. Okay, and they live in small solitary groups. They are slow swimmers, but they can stay submerged for around 6 minutes because they are like us. They are mammals. They cannot breathe inside water. Okay, they have a long lifespan, but they have a very slow reproductive rate. Only one calf in 3 to 7 years. Communicates via chips and whistles, used for mother calf bonding and locating others. Very important behavior again. Conservation effort. This is important. India's first dedicated dugong sanctuary in Tamil Nadu in 2022. Okay, Andaman Nicobar also they are found. So yeah, let's come to this now. IUCN status is vulnerable, and they are listed in Schedule 1. Okay, and distribution is not restricted to India only. They are found in Australia, Indonesia, and Red Sea also. In India, around Gulf of Mannar, Park Bay, and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. They are found in coastal waters, lagoons, bays with seagrass and meadows. Okay, dugong is done. Now this is also a very interesting bird. You see this part. This is rarely found. This is some projection which is found in this bird protruding around its neck. So this is a very interesting bird. Why this is a very interesting bird? Because it it is this bird is very, very important because what it feeds on. It feeds on carrion. It is found in garbage dumps. That is why it has become recently very famous, because in Assam area these are found eating in garbage dumps, and anything which is reducing our garbage is definitely a good species for us. Okay, distribution is in India, Assam, Bihar, Cambodia. Schedule 4th. Okay, and species IUCN status is endangered. And this behavioral characteristic, one colonial breeding, forms large nesting colonies in tall trees near wetlands. Okay, now this one important. They breed in Assam during October, April, then disperses. Okay, means they are not always staying there. They breed there and then disperses. One of the tallest stork species grows up to 1.5 meter. And this is monogamous pairs. They live in monogamous pairs. This is an important behavioral characteristic. Both parents take care of the chicks. And this was in news because of a women-led community conservation efforts of the great adjutant stork, which is also known as Hargila. Purnima Devi Burman, who won a UN award also. Very important women. Her initiative, Hargila Army, is dedicated to great adjutant stork only. UPSC can ask this question directly. Okay. So all the seven species: greater adjutant stork, dugong, Nilgiri tahr, great one and horned rhino, Indian pangolin, olive ridley turtle, and great Indian bustard we have covered in detail. Watch this video again. Do not miss any details. If I pronounce something wrong or if I said something wrong, just check it from the video. Okay. Take care and prepare well. Prelims, there is much time left, but there is no time left to waste. So don't worry, time is enough, but make sure that you are not wasting that time. Okay, take care. We'll see again. We'll meet again.